guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. It is time for another end of the month haul video, and even with me moving, I bought a bunch of stuff, and I'm pretty sure in last month I said I wasn't going to do that, so I clearly have a problem. But let me get everything out of the way so I can show it all to you at once. All right, so I think we'll start with books. Books are the easiest, right? Get that out of the way. Okay, so I bought the Kawaii Girls Grayscale from Jade Summer. There's over 100 images in here. They're all, it takes the 4 Kawaii Girls books from Jade Summer and basically puts them all together in a single book. So you know with Jade Summer how usually you get double prints of all their pages? Well, in this, there's no double prints, so it literally is over 100. I think it's 104. But yeah, it combined like the Christmas, the fantasy, the Halloween. All of those have been combined. Oh, that's a cute one. All of those have been combined together to create this one. That one's really pretty too. And I got this mostly for marker work, but I think I'll do some with pencil. It's still on Create Space paper, so I have to scan it and put it on the better paper. I also got the 100 plus pages of Chibi Girls from Jade Summer. This one is not grayscale. That takes 4 of the Chibi Girls books, including like the Christmas, Halloween, their fairy one, and I forget what that one is. I think it's like cutesy or whatever. But yeah, you can see all these Chibi Girls. And if you want to flip through of all these or any of these, let me know. I'm just giving you kind of like a quick example. But again, I got these for marker work mostly, because for some reason I like to do more chibi style with markers. There are some really cute ones in here though. And I might even end up using pencil on some of these. But this one is not grayscale, it's just line art. Okay. And then I finally got my copy of Fragile World. So this is that new one by Kirby Rosannes. I had pre-ordered it with Amazon. I know I can always get it sooner on Book Depository, but I just pre-order with Amazon because I'm lazy and that's easy. But I had a really bad experience this time. Normally they deliver on the day it releases if you pre-order, and then you get like a pre-order discount. So mine was supposed to show, and then it said that your order had been shipped and it's coming on this day, and then it never arrived. So then they said, well, it's been delayed and yada yada, and then it put like the delivery date out to like March 30th, and I'm going, dude, what the heck? I pre-ordered this, it's out. I look on the site and I could get it the next day, so I ended up canceling the order and then just rebuying it, and it literally showed up the next day. So that was really annoying, and I don't know what happened there, Amazon, but that was very obnoxious. So there's tons of flip throughs of this one. I don't plan to do a flip through video, but if you know Kirby's work, it is normally very busy with doodles and then all these little like doodle things inside the picture, hidden objects. Very busy, very overwhelming. But this one I was actually excited for because it's not that way at all. Like, it still has his classic style, like even, you know, the way he draws waves, but you don't have like the little doodles that kind of just throw you off in your page. And they're all very pretty. I've already seen this one done a few ways by a few people. Same with this one. So yeah, I'm excited to actually color in this one, whereas his other ones just intimidate me. I get flustered, I give up. I have noticed a lot of people are kind of going, you know, with what it actually is, because in this book, you'll notice at the back, it'll actually tell you what each of these creatures are. Most of them are endangered, some are borderline, but like page 24 is mandrills, so you could Google that and then you could color it realistically. So a lot of people I've been seeing doing that. And most likely I will do that with some of these too, but there may be some where I kind of just do my own thing. However, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Sounds cool. Bye, little otter. But yeah, it's very pretty. This is kind of Kirby, more Kirby-ish though, you know, with all the plant life growing off of there. But still, no little doodles to like screw you up. So I was actually excited for this. I'm curious if anyone else had that issue with the pre-order though, because that was really odd. Alright, so the next two things aren't coloring books. I wanted to test these out. I'll probably even do a review on these. So I've been working on creating my own swatch charts, but sometimes I'm lazy. And so I want like pre-made swatches. There is the one from Ruby Charms Colors that is just swatch charts for your pencils. And I'm waiting for the artist edition because it'll be spiral bound and have thicker paper. And I had seen a couple of these other ones. Now this one is the Mega Color Swatch book from, I don't even know how to say that. So this one is kind of interesting. It has, first you can create a contents page, so you know where. Then you have your swatch charts. And it's just all single-sided, so you could put paper behind it and swatch markers. And then there's tons of swatch charts, so let's get past the swatch charts. Then you have like these circles for color combinations that you can do. And then you also have color, you know, blends and gradients, and then you would write each individual color there, which is cool. Of course, you can get these, like there's people that have these for free also, printables exactly like that. Then they have like leaves, so say there's a leaf combo I find, I could write it down and put it here, which I like. Let's get past all the leaves. Then you got different kind of leaves, which I found kind of repetitive. I mean, I get that these are different styles, but when I had been looking at this, I had initially hoped that it wouldn't do this, where it was just all leaves. And then you have tons of pages for mushrooms. I don't know why. I mean, look how many pages there are for mushrooms. I don't color that many mushrooms. Then you get to like roses. So you have a few pages for that. See, look at that. Quite a few. And then you have kind of like a sunflower, daisy. But again, tons of pages just for that flower type, which I felt was kind of a waste. And then this one, really I felt was kind of a waste. Look at all of these for just pumpkins. I mean, granted, that could be done with different mediums, but still, I mean, it's a pumpkin. Like, I could probably just get away with one page, maybe two. And then citrus fruit was just kind of tossed in there. So I was like, okay. So, yeah, I mean, I've got a few issues with this. You know, I might even return it. It was like $7, but still, I'm not impressed. The swatch charts are just kind of meh. They don't really work for me. I was kind of hoping to get something where I could start in a book charting my color combinations that I find or others share. And I think honestly I'm just gonna have to go back to the printed sheets I made for myself, because I just can't seem to find a book that's gonna pull it off. Alright, so then we have this one from Ava Brown. It's the Colorist Companion. Someone said you could get the digital version of this, but I looked all over Etsy and online and couldn't find it. So if you know where the digital version of Ava Brown's Colorist Companion is, please tell me in the comments below, because I've looked all over and I can't find it, but maybe I'm just being an airhead. So hers is different. So at the back you have coloring page notes. So as I'm working on a page, I could write down what's what. I might actually like copy these and print them out. You know, this is kind of handy to slip into your coloring books because sometimes I forget what mediums I use or what color combos I use. And I like how it has a date started and completed. Like, how long did it take me? You know, for all I know, this page could have taken me like 5 years to complete. So that was cool. And she's got quite a few of those, but like I said, I'd probably end up just copying them and printing them out because they are Create Space paper. Let's see, I'm getting to the next one. Okay, and then she has blending and shading practice for these flowers. These are more of a tropical one. And then you write down the colors used, but it's the same flower. Then you get into a more of a lily type flower. And she has a few pages for that. And then she has, you know, her gradients, kind of like the other book, where you can write down, like you'll do your blend here and then write down the colors. Again, not bad. I might end up scanning it and printing them out on better paper and using these. And then just color, you know, categorizing them by red, green, blues, etc. I might end up doing that. She has blending charts. This is where you can mix two colors to create a color. I don't know if you've ever seen it where, I think it's Kirsty Partridge Art. She takes like 12 pencils and shows you how she can make like over 100 colors just by doing that. Like, so you would take one color here, blend them together. And you can do that, honestly. All of us are spoiled with like Prismacolors having 150 colors to choose from. But, I mean, we're just spoiled and we can not have to actually blend and create a color. But if you want to be like more advanced, you could totally do that. Buy a 12-pack and see what you can make. You'd actually be quite surprised. So then she's got her color swatch charts. There's nothing really like amazing about these. They're pretty generic. I'll probably stick to my Mystic Sparkle Wings ones because they all fit on a single page. And I can print them out based on the number of pencils in a set. So this was like $6 or something bucks also. I forgot, she does have a coloring book log at the beginning of this, which honestly I might fill out because I really do need to figure out what I own. So this one I was more impressed with than this one. I mean, like I said, we had like 8 pages for mushrooms, but combined together, they kind of fulfill what the other is missing. So I don't know, I'm on the fence, but most likely I would have to scan these, print them out on better paper, and go from there. Okay, so that's it for books. Now I can put them on my shelf and let the movers move them. But now we get into coloring supplies. So I am collecting Copics, and I bought that 72 set last month, and I have a few others that I have bought in these 3-packs. So I can't really buy any more of the 72 sets because the open stock ones and these 3-packs that I bought in the past kind of overlap. So now I'm kind of stuck buying open stock or packs like this. So Copic has these blending trios which come with 3 colors that are meant to blend seamlessly together, and you can kind of see how this blue is. And then the same thing, these color fusions. They're pretty much the same thing. I was trying to research and find what the real big difference is between blending trios and color fusions. And the biggest difference I could find was that you get darker colors, where these tend to be lighter. But really, the whole point is they give you 3 markers that are guaranteed to create a gradient together. So it's like beginner friendly, which is a good idea. That's actually what I started with Copics. My first set was a set of green and pinks, and that way I could test them out and actually use them together. I highly suggest doing that if you're new to Copics. You can get these at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, or where I order them is Blick Arts. But I got these 3, so I've added 3 more blues to my collection, 3 more violets, and 3 more red violets, aka pink. So I purchased 9. I am trying to keep myself on a budget of not spending more than $50 a month on Copics, and that's pretty darn close. Isn't that sad? You're like, hey, look guys, I got 9 markers and I'm in my budget. Each one of these is about, oh gosh, is it 14? Somewhere between 12 and 15, I don't know. But still, it's not too bad. All right, then for alcohol markers, because I'm always on the lookout for something that's cheaper but still performs well. I had run out of my skin tones with Ohuhu, and instead of buying Ohuhu, I tried Artify. I do have a video on my channel of these skin tone sets. I can get them off there. They come in these really hard plastic cases, and the lids come off. And then they're all like held in there. So when I store it, I can store it on its side, which is how you should store markers, by the way. And don't have to worry about the lid popping off because it actually locks with these hinges. So it's pretty nifty. It has a good array of skin tone colors, including darker skin tones. So I'm digging it. The only thing I don't like is the colorless blender is actually one of the, it goes towards the count, whereas other brands don't count it. Well, I shouldn't say other. Some brands don't count it. So that was a bummer. So it's really only 23 colors and a colorless blender, FYI. I was pretty impressed with the brush nib on these. They're a lot closer to a Copic. No, they are not like the Copic, but they're firmer and easier to manipulate like the Copic, whereas the Ohuhu is really soft. And, you know, the Ohuhus are soft and juicy, so, like, you'll notice you go out of your lines a lot more. These stayed in the lines really well, and honestly, they reminded me a lot of Copic, but not, like, I'm not saying Copic replacement by any means, because they're not quite there, but pretty close. All right, then I bought something I said I would never buy, and that was budget pencils. I was kind of over the budget pencils. So many are coming out now. Ugh, it's getting insane. And I was like, I'm not going to do it anymore. And then I couldn't help it. These Sioux Color 181s, had to try them. I bought them. They're not in here. They're actually in a different case because I ended up enjoying them. But they honestly remind me a lot of Castle Art, just with more colors. And there's 180 colors, but quite a few are metallics. I do plan to do a review on these after I move, though. But yes, I caved and I bought these. They weren't that much, though. But honestly, from here on out, I gotta quit buying these budget ones, because I buy them and I use them, but then I'm like, they're not the same. Oh, come on, camera. It's because my tin is blending in. There we go. Blending in with my desk. So, I got the 120 Brute Fooner pencils. Ignore these. I have these out because I was using them on a project, so I just left them there. I did do a swatching and first impressions video of these. I don't think I'll do a review. I know there's quite a few reviews already out there. So I'm on the fence if I'll have time to review them. They're pretty impressive, but right now they're pretty impossible to get a hold of. So like if you've snagged them, great, but they like go in and out of stock on Amazon like crazy. And honestly, I mean, they're just a budget oil pencil, but they are very smooth. I was quite impressed. But my thing is I'm trying not to fall in love with these too much because I have a fear that I'm not going to be able to get them again. And there's also some conflicting info out there as to whether these are the old or the new. Because the new are a black, the new are a black barrel that look like Castle Art and Sioux Color. And they're not as good. And I've used those ones before and I hated them. I returned them. And then I saw someone talking about these ones, and I was like, I hadn't tried those. And so I tried these square ones, and they're totally different. They are soft, they are creamy. But then I've heard that these are actually the old ones, so those new ones that I returned are more likely the ones you can find. But then I've also heard from people that these are the new ones and the ones with the black barrel are the old ones. So I'm getting conflicting information. I haven't reached out to the manufacturer because I haven't had time, but I've watched a few reviews. Sorry about that. My dog doesn't seem to care that I'm recording. Yeah, I've watched a few reviews and I've heard one person say they're new, another person say they're old. No one has a definitive answer as of yet, and I'm just waiting for like a consensus, but I don't know if they're still making these or what, but I do know they're really hard to get, so I'm trying my hardest to not fall in love with them because I'm afraid I won't actually be able to ever replace them once I start getting into them. That's why they're staying in this case. I haven't even bought... Ooh, I can't even close my case because it was damaged. I haven't even bought a case for them yet because I'm like, am I even going to be able to get these things again when they run out? So I'm not going to do a review on those. There's quite a few. Someone, Pamela's Passion for Pencils, she got the translated names too if you want those on hers. But I will do a review on the Sioux color once I move into my new studio. So yeah, I only bought a couple coloring books. The most expensive purchase were actually these 9 markers. Yeah, 9 markers. Isn't that sad? Oh, that's awful. I spent less on these 24 than I did on these 9. Ooh, that hurts just thinking about it. But my hauls, I say this every time, but I am for real this time. My hauls are going to get a little smaller. With the new house, I mean, we are putting in a lawn, new furniture, finishing a basement. My real life costs have gone up, so I won't have as much money to blow on Copics and all that stuff, but you will notice my haul videos get a little smaller, and what I'm going to do is now that my channel is monetized, I will be taking whatever I earn that month and placing it towards my month's purchases. So if I only earn like 50 bucks that month, that's all that I am using. Because anything I earn from this channel, I put back into the channel. I don't keep it by myself some mansion or anything like that. I wish I could buy a mansion with my YouTube money, but no. I put it back into the channel and I buy supplies. Sometimes I buy like replacement supplies, you know, more Prismacolors that were used up, etc. But that's my plan. Any advertising revenue and whatnot will just go straight back into supplies. So I may have smaller hauls depending on that month. But still, this was a pretty good size considering I am moving, and now I've just added to the list of stuff I have to pack and haul away. But it's okay. It sucks I won't even get to play with any of the things I bought until after I've moved and put my studio together. Don't worry, that'll be put together ASAP, but it's just a matter of when my furniture actually arrives. So thank you guys so much for watching this haul. I'm still excited with everything I got. I'm excited to color in that new Kirby book. It's an actual Kirby book that doesn't intimidate me. So I'm so happy to get all of that going. And then of course do some marker work with all those Kawaii Girl and Chibi Girl books. I can't wait for those. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope that you've had a wonderful March, and I will be seeing you in April.